why Dave Canales? And honestly, the first big move for you. You were just there fresh in your role, and you made this move that honestly nobody in my end of the business saw coming. Why him, Dan?
So we worked together in Seattle, and our offices were actually a couple doors down from each other. So Dave and I knew each other really well. We had a really good relationship. He was doing a great job down there in Tampa. Just a really bright mind, a guy that brings a lot of energy and a lot of passion for what he does. And I do the same. And I thought it'd be a really good, connection with myself, with Mr. Tepper, with Brant Tillis. We have a really good team that we're all really excited about. It's just great communication, collaborative effort. And yeah, we're excited about our group and again, just about the direction that we're headed.
And I'm sure you didn't have a conversation when you hired him. Hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to bench Bryce Young in the first month of the season. You know what I mean? Like, you never know what's going to happen. And clearly, when it happened, everybody thought, well, that's the end of the road for him in Carolina, and we could not have been clearly more wrong. What do you feel Bryce learned from that sabbatical, which is a word I used with him when I chatted with him before the Munich game when I saw him, and he kind of digged that word. What do you think he learned from that, Dan?
I think for him to be able, first of all, I think Coach Canales did a great job of just like making a hard decision. It was a hard decision to, bench Bryce for, after the second game of the year. And for him to do that and, being a first-time head coach, not a lot of guys would do that in that type of situation. So for him to feel that, that was going to be the best thing for Bryce, I thought that was a great move by him. It's what was best for the organization. And, Bryce, he took it running and he was out there. It gave him a chance to sit back, watch Andy Dalton out there in the huddle, run the huddle, and just take a step back and just, take a deep breath, relax a little bit, and just kind of gather his thoughts. Because we knew he was going to come back at some point, and we knew he was going to play good. So Bryce is a competitor. He's one of the hardest workers that I've ever been around. I knew that this wasn't going to keep him down for long. He's resilient. He loves the game. He's just passionate about everything that he does. So to see him come back and end the season the way he did, it was awesome to see. And it was actually really just a proud moment for myself and, just the organization to know that we have our franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, and he played very well in that Munich game against the Giants. And one thing that Dave Canales said to the group, the broadcast meeting before the game, Dan, is he said, I know it's going to be confirmed that we're in the right direction, we're heading in the right direction, and that we're arriving in the right direction when I see the players' personalities show up on the field. My first thought was that's a very Pete Carroll thing to say, number one.
Yep.
Number two, then in the game, Bryce Young got a first down with his legs, and he hopped up and he gave one of those first down moves, which I hadn't really seen him sort of get into. And I'm wondering if you saw the same thing, with Thielen coming back and you guys damn near, coming up with a massive win at the end of the season. Unfortunately, couldn't against playoff teams, Dan. You know what I mean? Like, right. I'm wondering if you saw that and you think that's spilling into 2025.
Yeah, just watching him back at Alabama, it reminded me of the Bryce that I watched in Alabama. He had the swag, he had the presence, it's just everything about him exuded, a winner. And his teammates believed in him. He believed in himself. And we ended the season in a great way. And we expect to come into the 25 season. Of course, we got to put the work in, but our expectations, are high for ourselves. But again, we got to put the work in, and I know we will.
Yeah, near misses against the two Super Bowl combatants. So what is your level of expectation for 2025, Dan Morgan?
Yeah, I think expectations this year are the same that they're going to be every year. We want to win the NFC South. We want to get a home playoff game, and, we want to compete for championships. We want to build a consistent winner around here that the fans can be proud of. And, it's too much losing around here in the past. And me being a former Carolina Panther, we got to get back to winning. And again, we got to put the work in, and I know we will. And it's starting right now. And in OTAs, we just finished OTAs, and then on the mini camp next week. And we'll just keep building from there.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.